So how was the race, Jake?
I got beat out by some crazy guy an hour ago, I think.
We're gonna put Robin up here with
Oh, get Robin. Yeah, let Robin ask the questions.
So ask him his questions, Robin.
So Jake, you finally noticed me in the race. Because I took a shower, maybe. I'm not sure. He comes in, he's like, oh, you look pretty. Aww.
Mecca Bard. That's us, dude. Got all these babies.
Are there any actual questions here?
Ask him about his dogs.
How did they do on the run-in?
Real good. I had real good. We had Pixie and Mullet in lead here, and they were real excited to see the lights of town. They kind of broke out into a lope down the river, and we just let them roll with it and kind of whistled them up a few times, and they had a lot of fun coming in.
How would you summarize this race for you in your racing career? You know, a learning experience or?
Yeah, the race was definitely a learning experience for us, as I think every race is a learning experience. And we're going to take what we learned here and, you know, go forward with it. It was a great addition to bring these 2-year-olds into the main racing program here. And they produced really well. And, you know, the old veterans definitely led the way. But yeah, it was a good race and a learning experience and something we'll definitely grow from.
Jake, this is the second year that Pixie's running the quest with you. Will Pixie do another quest with you?
Yeah, Pixie's real young. That's her brother Mullet with her, the one wagging his tail over there. Yeah, she's got a long racing career ahead of her. She's just 4 years old. Yeah, she's got a lot of races left in her. The oldest dogs in this team are Duster and Hugo in back. They're 6 years old, and this is their 7th 1,000-mile race.
Nice.
So they started with me as a yearling and finished their first Iditarod. And they're the oldest dogs in the team, and they definitely got a few more in them as well.
I'm also curious about the new friendship that's growing here. When we were at Mile 101, Brent invited you to come visit and train at Eagle Summit. So I wonder if you'll take him up on his invitation.
Well, anyone that brings you a beer is a friend, right? But no, I mean, it's not a new friendship. Brent and I have always enjoyed running dogs together, and I think we both love running dogs so much that it's infectious, and we have a good time out there. And this is nothing new. I mean, you can see us having fun is, you know, what the dogs are doing as well. When they come, you know, loping in after 1,000 miles, you can tell that the dogs are having fun. And this is what, you know, this sport's all about, is you having fun with your dogs out there. And I think that was apparent. I think that was apparent tonight.
You want to go, man. Like, what are we standing around here for?
Last year you told us you'd never do this race again, and then you came again. So will
Better
we see
never
you?
say that again.
Will we see you at another quest?
Yeah, I hope to come back to another quest. It won't be next year, just because we have other plans for next year. But yeah, you can count us back. There are definitely things that we'd like to conquer better than we did this year, and obviously improve every year. So.
Nice. We'll miss you, man.
Next. What's that?
We'll miss you, buddy.
Actually, we'll really just miss Robin.
Yeah.
I paid her to say that.
How'd your dogs respond to your little adventure on Eagle Summit there?
Really good. I kind of got to go back to the drawing board and figure out why that happened. I know Brent and I the next night, not together, but about an hour apart, conquered Rosebud, and that was actually one of the most challenging runs I've been on. There was probably 40-mile-an-hour winds, constant up there. And although everyone always talks about Eagle Summit, I think Rosebud actually has like 7 summits that we go over. But it was really difficult because there's a lot of turns around the summits, and it was all drifted in, and the dogs did incredible. I think they were kind of embarrassed by their showing on Eagle Summit because Kodiak over there, one of the 2-year-olds, he would not stop barking the entire Rosebud Summit. He just wanted to show me that wasn't who he was on Eagle Summit. So we kind of got to figure out why that happened at that point in the race, and why they excelled so well the next night in even tougher conditions.
I can tell you why they excelled, because Jake had the most positive attitude on Eagle Summit, and it just goes right back into the dogs. You know, when you don't get bummed out when something goes wrong and you keep positive. He kept positive, and the dogs didn't get bummed out on Eagle Summit. They just learned from that experience, and they were eager and ready to prove to Dad that they could get over the next one. So, and they obviously did that.
One more question for you from me, Jake. You had a strategy going all the way through. Do you feel that that is a winning strategy, or does that need to change in future races?
I think our strategy was on paper, but our strategy is always listening to the dogs, and that's definitely a winning strategy. You know, the race was shortened this year, obviously, a little bit, but we're still here 9 hours ahead of my original schedule. So, yeah, I mean, you know, we changed it up a little bit. We had that snafu on Eagle Summit, and I wasn't going to pull the hook and go chasing after those guys after that. We really wanted, I've said the whole race, we're looking at the future and the career of these dogs in the future. And that little extra rest, it was a 6-hour rest, and that was actually the longest rest up to that point, the entire race. And I couldn't be happier. You know, 4th place is 4th place, and these dogs loping into the finish line is dogs loping in after 1,000 miles. So, you know, we're always here to win, and when we don't, we take happiness in other things, and right now it's the dogs. So, yeah, I mean, we'll be back, and we'll be back to win.
Right on, Jake.
Yeah.